Hello everyone, I am Devanand and today we are going to learn chapter 2nd, the address from our textbook snapshot. The author of this lesson is Marga Minko. Let us see about the author first. Marga Minko is a Dutch journalist and writer. Her real surname was Menko, but by officer's mistake it became Minko. She was born on 31st March 1920 in Netherlands. Minko's parents, her brother and her sister all died during the World War II. She was the family's only survivor, means the author alone survived, and all the family members of her family died during World War II. She escaped from the back door and hid during the war. She worked on a number of newspapers and magazines. She turned 100 in मार्च 2020 यानी पिछले मार्च 2020 में वो 100 साल की हो गई है. Let us see about this text, about this story. The story is about human predicament. Now what is meant by predicament in our spoken language Hindi? We can call दुर्दैव या दुर्दशा या बुरी हालत. The story is about human predicament. It tells about the pre-war and post-war period. यानी वार के पहले की सिचुएशन और वार के बाद की सिचुएशन एक्सप्रेस की गई है इस स्टोरी द्वारा. In this story there is a character Mrs. S. Now Mrs. S is the mother of the narrator of the story. So Mrs. S, she was a rich Jew lady, but Mrs. Darling, who was एक्वेंटेंस ऑफ मिसेस यस, यानी जो मिसेस यस नरेटर की मदर है उनकी परिचित एक दूसरी महिला थी, विच इज़ गिवन हियर इन दिस स्टोरी. हर नेम इज मिसेस डार्लिंग. सो मिसेस डार्लिंग वाज नॉन ज्यू, वेयर एज मिसेस यस वाज अ ज्यू लेडी एंड मिसेस यस वाज वेरी रिच. द गर्ल, डॉटर ऑफ मिसेस यस, लॉस्ट हर हाउस एंड हर मदर ड्यूरिंग द वार. व्हेन द सिचुएशन बिकेम नॉर्मल, the narrator of the story, she decided to go to Mrs. Darling's house to take her possessions back. When she goes there, the woman doesn't recognize her, means Mrs. Darling doesn't recognize her and doesn't let her into her house. She goes to railway station to go back. In her next visit, when she comes to Mrs. Darling's house, she met Mrs. Darling's daughter. Mrs. Darling's daughter allowed the narrator inside the home. The narrator sees all the possessions. The things were not properly placed. Hence, she couldn't connect them and decides to leave the house. She doesn't take the possessions because she thinks that the thing would make her always remember her past, her family, her parents and everything. So she left all the things there and she went back after her second visit. Now let us see summary in detail. This is a moving story of a daughter who goes in search of her mother's belonging after the war in Holland. The narrator is the daughter of Mrs. S, who died during the war. Now, what was this war? This war, it was World War II during the time of Hitler. So, in Germany, there were Jew people, and Hitler started his own ideology, Nazism. So, the people who were blue-eyed German Nordic Aryan, they were following Nazism and they hate the Jews. The narrator went to number 46 Marconi Street to see Mrs. Darling. Now why the narrator went at this address? Because this address was told by narrator's mother when once she visited her home. So she went to 46 Marconi Street to see Mrs. Darling, who was an old acquaintance of her mother. Now Mrs. Darling had removed all the belongings of her mother during the war. to her place. All this was done with all this was done with the permission of narrator's mother. Mrs. Dorling wanted to save her things during the war. Mrs. Dorling wanted to save her things which they would lose if they had to leave the place. So during the war, the Jew people were taken to the concentration camp. Now what were the concentration camp? So all the Jew people were assembled and collected there in concentration camp, and in this concentration camp the Jew people were tortured, harassed and treated very badly, and there was no guarantee to come back if one is admitted there in concentration camp. So there was no guarantee to come back from the concentration camp. The narrator had seen Mrs. Dorling for the first time during the first half of the war. She had come home for a few days and noticed the change in the room. She asked her mother. Her mother told about Mrs. Dorling, and she also told her the address 46 Marconi Street. After the war, the narrator visited the address as her mother had told her. She remembered Mrs. Dorling clearly. She was a woman with a broad back. Mrs. Dorling looked at the narrator and showed no recognition. Means when the narrator went to collect her belonging to Mrs. Dorling's house, so she didn't recognize the narrator. She kept staring in silence. She saw that the narrator who had recognized her mother's green knitted cardigan. So when she went to meet Mrs. Dorling was in green netted cardigan, means green netted sweater. So the narrator identified that the green knitted cardigan, green knitted sweater, it was belonged to her mother. Mrs. Dorling didn't open the door clearly. She refused to see her. She was surprised to see the narrator who had survived from the war. Mrs. Dorling asked the narrator that you came back, because she was surprised. She knew that the person who went to concentration camp, the people who went to concentration camp, they can't come back alive. So she was surprised on seeing the narrator at her door. The narrator told her that all the family members that her mother also died. She was only saved. She was survived. The narrator returned to the station and boarded the train. When she was in train, she remembered the first time she had seen Mrs. Dorling. She remembered her past also, how her mother had introduced her, and given the address. After the first meeting was useless. The first meeting was in vain. It was fruitless. The narrator visited the same place, 46 Marconi Street, the second time. This time, Mrs. Dorling was absent. She was not at home. A girl of 15 years old, and that girl was daughter of Mrs. Dorling. So a girl of 15 years old, she opened the door. She asked the girl if her mother was at home. Means the narrator asked the girl if her mother was at home. Since her mother was not at home, the narrator decided to wait for Mrs. Dorling. Then she went with the girl along the passage. The first thing that struck in her mind was an old-fashioned iron candle holder. It was hung next to the mirror. Then they went into the living room. The narrator was horrified as she was in a room she knew and didn't know. She found herself in the midst of these things. She saw the thing again and again. The things were not properly kept. They were not arranged systematically. The furniture, it was ugly, and muggy smell of atmosphere. There was a muggy smell in the atmosphere. She didn't have the courage to look around her. She sat down and stared at the woolen tablecloth. She saw the woolen tablecloth. It was burnt at one corner. When she checked, there was a burn mark on the tablecloth. Then the girl poured tea for the narrator. She opened the box and took out some spoons. The narrator praised the box. Mrs. Dorling's daughter said that it was an antique. They had got lot more, and she pointed around the room. The narrator knew very well which thing she meant. The narrator saw there spoons, fork, and knives that all were made of silver. The girl laughed. She walked to the sideboard and wanted to open the drawer. The narrator felt perturbed. The object linked with her mother aroused memories of her former life. At first she was eager to see them, but now they had lost their value. They had lost their value since they were served from her mother and were stored in a strange surrounding. Moreover, they were useless to her in her present state. She lived in a small rented room. Now the narrator, she used to live in a small rented room with a space for no more than a handful of cutlery fitted in the narrow table drawer. She resolved to forget the address. She decided to forget the address. She wanted to leave the memories of her mother and the war behind her and decided to move. She wanted to start a new life with new things. So she decided to leave all the possessions, all the things which were belong to her mother there, and she also decided to forget the address. Now, once again I am telling, this story is about human predicament. ये मानवी दुर्दैव की एक स्टोरी है that follows the war. It talks about narrator's visit to Holland. She goes to take her mother's belonging after the war. This is a war. This is a war during the time of Hitler. It was war between Nazis and Jews. Jews were sent to concentration camps. The concentration camp was the place where Jews were tortured, harassed, and treated very badly. Very few people used to survive and came back from the concentration camp. Only narrator could survive from her family. Now, first visit of the narrator to Mrs. Dorling's house. The narrator goes to Mrs. Dorling's house number 46, Marconi Street. She introduces herself as Mrs. Yes's daughter. Mrs. Dorling doesn't open the door clearly. She doesn't recognize her. She doesn't welcome the narrator. The narrator tells her that she came from a long distance to meet her. Mrs. Dorling doesn't show positive response. So the narrator thought that she had come at a wrong place. But she was not. She didn't come at a wrong place. She came at a right place. She saw Mrs. Dorling in her mother's green knitted sweater. As she saw Mrs. Dorling in her mother's green knitted sweater. She left that place. She also looked at the number plate, and on that number plate it was written Dorling 46. She left that place and started walking to the station. She lost in her memories. The narrator remembered the past incident which had been taken place many years ago. One day the narrator came to her house. She found that many things were missing. So she asked her mother where were the things gone, how the things had been missing. Her mother replied that Mrs. Dorling had taken them to her house for safety. Mrs. Dorling took things in her every visit. The narrator inquired about Mrs. Dorling. Mrs. Yes, the narrator's mother replied that Mrs. Dorling was her old acquaintance, यानी उनकी पुरानी परिचित है, उसकी पहचान की है. If they had to leave the place at the time of war, the things would not be safe there, the thing would be missed. So Mrs. Dorling used to take the things for safety. It was the reply of narrator's mother. The narrator remembers a day when Mrs. Dorling was taking a heavy suitcase with her. द नरेटर सा एक दिन वो यानी मिसेज डोरलिंग नरेटर के यहाँ आई थी, तो नरेटर ने थोड़ा सा उनका ग्लिम्स यानी थोड़ा सा उनका चेहरा देखा था व्हेन मिसेज डोरलिंग वाज कैरिंग अ हेवी सूटकेस विथ हर. दैट सूटकेस वाज आल्सो बिलोंग टू मिसेस यस, मीन्स द narrator's mother. The narrator saw a glimpse of her face. She asked her mother about Mrs. Dorling. Mrs. Yes replied that Mrs. Dorling lived at 46 Marconi Street. Now the narrator lived in a small rented room. After the war, the situation became normal. She decided to go to Mrs. Dorling to collect the things, to collect the possessions which were belong to her mother, means which were belong to her. Now, at the second visit, the first visit was useless. Okay, it was in vain, it was fruitless. Now, in second visit, Mrs. Dorling was not present at home. There was her daughter. Her daughter was 15 years old. Mrs. Dorling's daughter opened the door. She allowed her to go inside the house. While walking through the passage in Mrs. Dorling's house, the narrator saw many familiar things. She saw old-fashioned candle holder. She also saw woolen tablecloth, the cups, the white teapot with gold border, the spoon, the plate, the pewter plate, etc. On seeing the spoon, the narrator remembered an incident of polishing the spoon. She told the girl that the spoon is made of silver. She felt that all the things were strange and lost their value. She decided to leave all the things there. She also decided to forget the address too, because the things would make her to remember her past. Now she decided to start a new life with positive attitude. Thank you, student. Here it's end of the lesson.